just wanted to not eliminate someone just because they didn't come one time, but obviously they could have also wrote something, so it's kinda their problem as well. So yeah, let's see. We are watching from Pepsi's position. We have double fallen here. MrIceFluffy is in the top right corner, and in the bottom left corner we have Pepsi. We are playing on Redwood Towers, one of the original maps. Probably the second most played map, I would say, after Darkside Forest. I would say it's quite balanced. You have this special mechanic of the healing fountain in the middle, so that's definitely pretty good. Especially for Beast, who doesn't really have any passive healing. Obviously with Fallen you can heal on Unholy Ground, with Empire we have Priests and Temple, but for Beast it's definitely really good. Since this is a mirror, it won't play that big of a difference, but definitely I'm expecting at least one of the players to utilize it. We don't see anything too crazy, both players kinda just building in the back, trying to close the entrance. There is obviously also the other option of building the front base here, trying to close this entrance, which is much wider, but it's definitely possible to create some buildings there to block it, and then you can easily and safely make the expansion there. But neither of the players decided to do that. We see only one hive from Pepsi. That's pretty interesting. Not sure what he's planning there. Fluffy also building a little bit more in the back, leaving it pretty open. That's also pretty untraditional, I would say. You also see a really quick incubator, so potentially now he's making one stinger of maybe only for scout. Maybe he wants to go for quick hive spitters or hive guards. Maybe even hive guards, we'll see. But even though the map is so big, he doesn't know that the enemy spawned across the map, and if he was right next to him, it might have been quite risky to go for only for one hive in the beginning, but I think it will pay off. Fluffy is not even scouting really, and I mean with one stinger yes, but with the second one not yet. And he's really far away, so that will take him forever to find Pepsi's base.
The upgrade is complete.
Pepsi not Empire, yeah, they both got Empire ban, so they had to pick between Fallen and Beast. Subak also got Empire ban, so he had to play Beast, but didn't seem like he really minded that. He did really well. So yeah, Fluffy finally found the base of Pepsi. We see, okay, improved metabolism being upgraded immediately, which is the increased movement speed for spitters. So he's trying to make some spitter rush, I think. Spitter rush, and we see Fluffy doing some meaningless damage to these harvesters. He's slowing them down a little bit, but they will obviously just heal on this Unholy Ground. Won't really do anything. Pepsi also making a tower, which is interesting. So probably won't be a rush. He wants to play a little bit defensively, but there is also a tower on Fluffy's side, so they will have to deal with that on both sides. I would potentially also expect some secret expansions in the underground, or just somewhere totally away from their starting position on the map, just to get some extra resources, but they will probably not want to risk that. Seems like they want to play it really passively and safely. I'm not sure why Fluffy is not really producing anything now. He doesn't have wood for expansion. Now he queued up 2 spitters, okay. I mean, there is a ton of stingers. They don't have the movement speed upgrade yet, but they can definitely take out these 2 hive spitters. They also don't have the movement speed yet. Actually, they have? Okay, they have. But spitters are, I mean, stingers are pretty quick in baseline. So yeah, now Fluffy will be using the healing fountain as an advantage for him. He's also finishing the faster reflexes. He doesn't have population. Okay, he doesn't have population, but he's not even producing a summoner now, so not really sure what he's doing here. Now he's fighting these 4 spitters, but to be honest, I don't think he can take them out. Once the amount of the spitters is high enough, the stingers won't be able to do anything, especially when they don't have the movement speed upgrade. As you can see, Fluffy is just accumulating more and more resources and still doesn't have population. And now he started finally making summoners. But he has even less population now because he removed one of his control forms. Not sure what he's doing there with that. He doesn't really have any wood, but yeah, he's actually making an expansion, okay. He should definitely start transferring the summoners into control forms. I mean, it depends now if Pepsi doesn't attack or doesn't find out about this expansion. MrIceFluffy could still pretty easily recover, even though he's behind now. But we will have to see about that. Obviously, it's not really pushable here because of the tower. Pepsi is just spamming spitters at this point, not making expansions, not making any advanced buildings for Avengers or whatever, so he probably wants to push it like this. But now it will be spitters against spitters. And if there will be towers involved on one side, I think it won't be really pushable. Fluffy going for Soul Scrap now, definitely shouldn't be fighting outside of his base, where he has Unholy Ground and the tower. He's just losing units for nothing. Seems like Pepsi will just return to the middle to heal his spitters right now. Obviously the tower is really in the back, so it cannot really protect this hive. There should be another tower here. Or just here in the middle, doesn't really matter when you have units around it. It's not a problem, and since there are no stingers or anything, tower in the front would be really effective. Pepsi should probably go heal, but he can still deal some damage. We still don't see anything else from Pepsi, just spitter spam, not even upgrades in incubator. He has 0-0. Fluffy already has one upgrade for damage, which gives you, and also for armor, so he has 1 extra armor and 2 extra damage, which is pretty good. Now he's making 2 more hives, also the Soul Scrap, and he also already has the expansion, even though he doesn't have any harvesters there yet. But he also has 2 harvesters on wood. Yeah, I mean, Pepsi definitely had a better start, but now he's falling a little bit behind. He's making an expansion in the underground, which is good, but it will be still later than the expansion of Fluffy, who is now also making more towers. He has a really bad micromanagement here. He's just losing everything for nothing, but outside of that, he's definitely getting ahead slowly, even though, as you can see, the population is still in huge favor of Pepsi. But he's just constantly rotating all of his units between the middle and this location, so he's never using all of his units at once. And now where he found out about these towers, I don't think he will continue pushing. He'll probably try to go for Avengers, even though we still don't even see the Soul Scrap being built. But actually, maybe he'll go to scout this location and finds out about the... He'll find out about the expansion. If he does that, then it's probably GG, because Fluffy doesn't have anything to protect it. But we'll have to see. Some neutral hostiles. Creepers here. I don't think they should be on this position. They are usually here. But maybe there are some that I didn't even know about. Okay, we see first tower being placed here as well. Some spitters moved here, so... I mean, Pepsi can still push it. And seems like he will be going here. Towers are not finished yet. Fluffy still doesn't have any major amounts of units. I think this will fall. He needs to send the stingers there, slow him down, try to finish the towers, maybe even send the harvesters there. But I don't think he can repel this. Even if the towers were finished, yeah, he wouldn't repel these huge amounts of spitters. So he just needs to protect this now somehow, but since Pepsi also already made an expansion, he will still be behind. But there are no harvesters yet, he's not even producing anything. But the population is just too big of a difference right now. As you can see, it's 34 to 76, it's just so much. Fluffy doesn't really have any extra infrastructure. He made a Soul Scrap. I think instead of these 2 extra hives, he should have just made Vengeance Hall, maybe Chamber of the Avengers, try to do it that way. Avengers are pretty effective against spitters, but he didn't really do that. Now there is soul syrup for Pepsi as well, so I don't see this working. 50 experience in soul syrup for Fluffy. Yeah, the towers are good. They will definitely keep Pepsi back for a while, even though he could push this, yeah, if he just went all in, one-shotted the towers, micromanage the damage units back, he could just push this, but he wants to play it a little bit more safe, so he will go heal again, produce probably more units. Yeah, he's going for the Avengers, I guess, just to destroy the towers a little bit easier. But Vengeance Halls is also being placed on this side. The main problem is now that Fluffy doesn't really have the second base. So Pepsi will just clearly win this on resources, and even though the towers are good here, the huge amount of spitters is just better. Nice, today I won't play. Is that because of your opponent, or you won't be available anymore? I mean, as I said, I can give them a loss, but I wanted to give everyone at least a second chance if they are not available on the first day. But if everyone who is here agrees on it, I definitely can give them a loss and we can continue to the second round. Yeah, so second expansion being built by Pepsi here, but Fluffy actually found it. Not sure why he went here, but he probably wanted to expand here himself. Send few spitters with him and that will actually pay off, but Pepsi is now also moving to the underground. We actually see that Fluffy even made a nightmare, even though now he also has the Chamber of the Avengers, so he will make Avengers as well. Chamber of the Avenger being finished for Pepsi now as well, together with 2 Vengeance Halls. Obviously the spitters here are getting totally crashed. So he was not even able to stop the third base of Pepsi. Not even damage the second one. Because you have 3 people that won't play singly in this tournament. I mean, yeah, that's possible. As I said, I don't know Listek, never played with him, so that's pretty possible that he won't be playing. I know that Aaron played with us, but he seems pretty AFK right now. But then there is Alice, and Alice definitely plays quite a lot in community streams. He was also in the FFA tournament, FFA Arena. And he's online, he's just not really responding, so not really sure what's happening there. So maybe try to contact him at least one more time. And then if everyone agrees on it, we can probably go to the second round. Aaron didn't respond to me 2 days ago while he was online. I mean, he also didn't respond to me before when I was asking him if I can even change his name on Discord, because before he was named some totally random thing, so since we knew him as Aaron from the game and he also registered as Aaron, I just changed his nickname on our Discord server. Even though he didn't give me... he didn't agree with it, but he also didn't disagree with it, he was just not responding, so... Yeah, he will probably not be coming, that's true. So yeah, we see some small push from Pepsi, but Fluffy now is first Avenger, so we managed to push him back. We see another 2 Vengeance Halls from Pepsi. Is really using those extra resources. He's producing 4 Avengers at one time now. Not sure what Fluffy is trying to do here. There's no way he can push anything. But yeah, now he's obviously 1 base against 3. This is pretty much GG. We just need to wait for Pepsi to accumulate enough Avengers so we can push against the towers. Does not matter what he has now. He's not here and did not excuse himself in advance, so it is a loss for himself. Okay, we'll see. Someone is writing me on Discord, obviously I cannot check it now when we are in game. So I'll check it after the match. So yeah, more Avengers being produced in this one Vengeance Hall. Won't really do much.
The research is complete.
I mean, there will be a small problem with this system, and that is if it matches them against each other in the next round, then I will have to give one of them a win. So then we will probably just have to do a random number generator. Or I will give it to the one that has less wins. But yeah, that's just one small thing that we'll need to figure out if we give the losses to the players that are not here. To be unfair a bit if some players have 3 wins and some players have strong opponents, so it would be more good to do 10 rounds than 5. I mean, we'll see how much time we have. As I said, it's minimum of 5, but if we really have ton of time, we can play more, even if it's already... If it would be decided after 5, and obviously if it won't be decided after 5, then we will for sure continue if we have time.
The building is complete.
Who said no? I think it was only Enea who said that he won't be available today. And it was actually here. Enea is actually still here. So outside of that, no one really responded to that as a no.
Is complete. The building is complete.
Pepsi is throwing now. I mean, he's playing it really safe, but he has just so much more resources and stronger army that this is obviously GG. So we are just waiting for them to finish this. Oh yeah. Fluffy calls it finally GG. Pepsi as well, and I'm expecting Fluffy to surrender, yeah, and it's a point for Pepsi. So yeah, 22 minutes almost, 59 kills, only 12 for Fluffy here. 4 researches on both sides actually, and in terms of resources it wasn't that crazy, but yeah, he still had like 50% more, so definitely a huge factor as well. Even though he didn't spend all the resources, he had only 3,000 more than Fluffy got. But that's still a lot of units, and he had definitely better micromanagement there.